Hello, everybody. This is Maeve Kennedy, and I am going to tell you about the Cleveland Museum of Art. Today, my daddy and I went there, and we had a great time. I was excited to see all the areas that my sister saw when she came here a few weeks ago. This is me standing outside the museum. This piece of art is called Ganesha. The museum had 2 examples of this Hindu god. I noticed it had an elephant head and also human features. It has more arms than it should. The next piece that caught my eye was called Jazz Bowl. It looked familiar to me because we have a copy of it at our local library, the Rocky River Public Library. It is by Victor Schukengast. It is blue. My dad loves jazz, but hates smooth jazz. One of the very nice things about the new museum is the atrium. Unfortunately, we live in Ohio, and the weather, and for so many months, the weather is chilly-willy, and snow falls most of the time. The atrium makes us forget all of that. Our frowns turn to smiles, and our bitterness turns to laughter in the sunlit open space. They planted hostas and bamboo in there, and there is a wonderful place to eat. More on that later. You said that you would take us out for treats after the art museum. Do you remember when you said that?
Do I remember?
Yeah.
I don't think I said that.
Yes, you did.
Really?
Yeah, you did.
Like what kind of treats?
I don't know, because you didn't tell me that part. Let's just go. You don't have to worry about it right now. That's just for after here.
Then why are we talking about it?
I don't know. I just had to remind you. We saw the planets. My sister talked about this one in her movie. One painting Flannery skipped over was this one. It's called Hunting Near Houghton Fells Castle. Flannery skipped over it for a good reason. It shows the killing of animals. This is an act that most children do not like to see depicted. I was most excited to see the abbot's chair. Flannery talked about how heaven was above, but I needed to see it for myself. This was pretty neat. I also wanted to see the tiny donor in the silly picture. This is a picture of me and the donor to give you an idea of scale. Can you spot the classic statue in this hall? Then we walked up to the armor court, where they have clothes made out of metal. They even have a horse with metal on it. We then walked into a room with paintings. This one caught caught my dad's attention because he said the woman looks like a man. He says in a British accent, "It's a man, baby." I think this comment is unkind and not appropriate for little kids. I guess you are stuck with the parents that God gives you. I thought this woman was beautiful. She is holding a hope. This one is one of Miss Sarah's favorite paintings. I bet she likes it because of the beautiful sky. Miss Sarah is my teacher at Montessori Children's School. This was a neat hallway. It looked like you were outside, but you were really inside. I did some twirls in there, and the bottoms of my pants flicked up at the end. Hunger got the best of me, so we walked back to the eating area and then ate jam. My daddy bought me a cupcake. I put a hood on that cupcake. The bread part was really good, but I did not like the icing. There's no doubt that the Cleveland Museum of Art has some great art, but my favorite area was called the Children's Play Area in Gallery 1. There are a lot of good activities for children to do. A big sign on the wall says, "Play, Create, Imagine." You can play in these tiny houses. I took a bunch of books into a house and read. You can create your own artwork. I made Santa Claus on this felt board. You can imagine that you live in the tiny house. We worked some puzzles in the play area. I do love spending time with puzzles. They have a matching game there too. Alexander Calder, I've been told, made mobiles as objects of art. Here I am playing with this mobile. You can take the shapes off and even hold layers off. Thomas Merton reminds us that art enables us to find ourselves and lose ourselves at the same time. This was very true as I built my own mobile. The very coolest thing in the children's area was this wall. can draw shapes and lines, and it gives you the artwork that matches with the shape you made. The shape you made is in the art. I drew some circles. I drew some lines. I even drew the letter M. The color of the paint was the same as my headband. The art and the fun that I had at the museum elevated my spirit. But as the Greeks taught us, tragedy is right around the corner. And for me, it was at the coat check. My daddy wanted me to claim my coat all by myself, but I was nervous to do it. He filmed this uneasy moment in my life. Thanks, Dad.